All right, y'all, it's time for this I do. First thing I do is write cubes down the side of my paper. Let's begin. I don't see any numbers in the problem, but I do see numbers on the shape. So let me circle those right away because I know that when it comes to a three-dimensional shape, I need three numbers. Okay, let's begin. The dimensions of a rectangular prism. That's a shape I'm looking at. Where else do I see rectangular prism? Oh yeah, right in my formula chart. The dimensions of the rectangular prism are are given in centimeters. What is the volume of a rectangular prism in cubic centimeters? I'm going to box the word volume, write a big V next to it, because in my formula chart, I'm looking for something that says V equals, because I'm looking for the volume. Let me go ahead and actually write what I see in my formula chart. I'm going to put my finger on the word rectangular prism. I'm going to drag it all the way over to where it connects to an answer. That's V equals big BH, what does that mean? I know a lot of y'all have been basically just doing this, but I actually am going to explain to you real quick how the big B is different than the little b. So when you see the big B, it actually means it's talking about one entire surface. It's because it's capital, it's actually talking about a two-dimensional space, not just one measurement. I want you to think about this box that I'm holding in my hand. Look at the camera. If I am going to find the volume of this box, I need to multiply this and this, the length and the width, in order to find out what the area of this whole base is. Then I multiply it by the height. So if that's too confusing, I just want you to remember that you always rewrite it like V equals length times width times height. Always rewrite. So our first step for a volume is actually going to be to find the formula and rewrite as V equals length times width times height. Okay, now I think I know what to do with these measurements. I'm going to label L for the length at 10 centimeters, width at the 2.3 centimeters, and height as the 7 centimeters because it's going straight up and down. Now I'm going to, second step, plug in everything. So I don't know what V is, so it's going to stay a variable. Now let's look at length. Length was 10 times, width is 2.3 times, height is 7. And of course, my third step, always for volume, is to multiply everything. Multiply everything. So because I know that I can, if it's just multiplication, I can multiply in any order I want because of the commutative property we learned about earlier, I actually pick 10 and 7 because I know that multiplying 10 by 7 will be super easy. So V equals, let's see, 10 times 7 is 70. I memorized that from our daily warm-up. 70 times 2.3 is the way I rewrite that. Okay, well now I need to solve 70 times 2.3. So I'm going to go ahead and write this out at the top of my screen. 0 times 3 is 0. 0 times 2 is 0. I'm going to add a 0 since I'm going up a place value. 7 times 3 is 21. Carry the 2. 7 times 2 is 14. Plus 2 is 16. So that gives me 1,610? Nope. I always make sure that I go in as many decimal spaces as I see in the problem. So I'm going to go in one decimal space, and that gives me 161 cubic centimeters. So I'm going to write that right over here, 161. I'm going to bubble in the 1. Ooh, it's kind of hard, I know, but I'm going to try the best I can. I'm going to go down to the 6, and I'm going to go up to the 1. The important thing is that I lined up the decimal that I found here with the decimal in my bubble grid. So again, our 3 steps are just to 1, find the formula and rewrite it. 2, plug in all the measurements we found. And then 3, just multiply everything